Hey guys, I know it's been a couple days, but I am back and I will explain that momentarily. But first I'm going to start by sketching out my skull shape with a NYX Jumbo White Milk Pen. Now I am going for a super clowny pumpkin skull, so I'm going to do oversized teeth and a little bit smaller mouth and some really big eyes and nose. I mean, come on. We've all carved a pumpkin, right? Right? I'm using the orange from my Snazaroo paint palette to fill in my entire face other than what will be black. Next, I'm going to start by outlining all the black pieces, the nose, the eyes, and the mouth and the teeth. A couple things to make you feel better. Don't worry about the white paint. That's all going to get covered up. And I start by outlining with a thin detail brush, and then I will fill in the insides with a bigger brush because, let's be honest, that would take forever to fill in. Now, in all reality, you could take the pumpkin and the skull and just do a typical normal skull and fill it in with pumpkin colors, but I mean, I've been dying to do some big goofy teeth for like a hot minute, and I figured what better way than pumpkin, so I'm going to outline them with a decently thick border and give them like really rounded and like silly looking shape. Now that I've got all the basic colors in, I am going to go through and start to make the ridges of the pumpkin. For this, I just took a little bit of orange and a little bit of black paint and mixed it together. And then I'm going to go through with some shadows and add some shading and make the ridges appear deeper. Now I'm going to start to accent some of the features like the eyes, showing that they're raised in the corners of the mouth. And I'm going to take, again, some darker orange paint and start to work on those. But remember, the parts of the pumpkin, they're rounded. And as they come to the ridges, like the corners or the crevices or whatever you want to call them, they're going to go in a little deeper. So you want to make sure you show that motion when you go over the corners of the eyes and when you go over the corners of the mouth, as if they're creating shadow. They're going to bend down. Imagine like when you're painting a ball, because it's round, you're going to see the line start to curve, even though essentially it's a straight line. That's really the best way I could describe it. And then I'm going to go around underneath the shadow and highlight to show that bone being prominent and poking forward. A couple things here. I'm going to go through and set most of the orange with orange eyeshadow. I'm going to use different variations of orange depending on where on my face I'm doing it. Obviously towards the crevices or where the different spots of the pumpkin are coming together, I'm going to use a darker orange, but I'm going to use a brighter or shinier orange right in the middle. And as you can see, I also added a collar because I felt like it was really lacking in detail. So I just added an orange and black striped collar and some cracks into it just to give it a little bit more to look at. Now I'm going to go over the lines of the pumpkin with different variations of black and silver to make the ridges look a little bit more deep set. And the last bit of detail I'm going to add are some little speckles because Raw Beauty by Christy told me that there's nothing you can do more than add some speckles to give it a little bit of extra oomph. And since I had some fallout of orange, I'm going to go through over the black one more time and set it with black eyeshadow.